All right, so now let's look at number 2. I'm given the sequence below, and I want to write the explicit rule, and then I'm going to rewrite that rule as a function. All right, and I'm given the explicit rule right here, so all I have to know how to do is plug in the correct numbers and then simplify. All right, so here I'm going to identify my first term, which is 10, and then I have to identify my common difference. So how do I get from one term to the next? I am subtracting 3. So my D equals -3. I'm going to plug these two numbers into my formula. So everything else stays the same. So A sub n equals, first term is 10 plus n minus 1. That does not look like that. N, there we go, n minus 1. And then I'm going to multiply by my common difference, which is a -3. I know it kind of looks funky, but we are going to backwards distribute. So I'm left with A sub n equals 10. -3 times n is -3n. -3 times -1 is a +3. So my last and final step is to combine like terms. So my explicit rule for this sequence is A sub n equals -3n. And then 10 plus 3 is 13. All right. Now, what's kind of cool is my slope should match my common difference. Whoa. And then if I were to go find a 0th term, which would be your y-intercept, I would do the opposite, which would be 13. All right. So again, functions and sequences are connected, linear functions and arithmetic sequences. All right, so here's my explicit rule. Now I'm just going to write it as a function rule, and all I'm going to do is change notation. So A sub n is now going to become f of x, and n is going to become x. And there is a function rule. Okay. All right, you try the next one and then look at the answer key on its learning. Okay, I'm going to go do number 3. All right, so number 3. Which function represents the sequence? Okay, and we're given a table. Now, do not get confused. N, okay? So this n is saying 1, so wherever I see an n down here, I'd plug in a 1. So this is saying A sub 1 equals 3 right here. Then my second term, A sub 2 equals 10. So this is a sequence. A sub 3 equals 17. I want to match a function rule to this. All right. So if you wanted to, we could create an explicit formula. There are numerous ways to get this. You could take this in and plug it into each of the equations and figure out. So if I plug 1 into this n, okay, 1 plus 3 is 4. Is this A sub n 4? No. So I could automatically count this out. Whoop. All right, but I'm going to show through the explicit formula just to have some more practice. So I have A sub n equals A sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d is my formula. My first term is that 3 plus n minus 1. And then I got to go find my common difference. My common difference is based off of my my y values, or my A sub n. So how am I getting from 3 to 10, 10 to 17? I'm adding 7. So I'm going to go plug in 7 right here. So I have 3, backwards distribute the 7. So 7 times n is 7n. 7 times -1, -7. So my final explicit formula is 7n, and then combine like terms, 3 plus -7 is -4. Whoa. All right. So I can go over here, and all I'm going to do is look at notation. So I'm looking for an f of x and n. So here, I have a 7 and my -4. And they've just changed it to f of n and n. So here is my answer. Whoop. All right, try the next one. And again, check the answer key.